Right, welcome to The Week on LinkedIn, where we talk about 3 topics that make us feel something. It could be happiness, it could be sadness, it could be anger, it could be horniness. Always look at me there. But the key thing is it's made us feel something. We've got 3 hot topics this week, which I love. And very aptly, we're going to start with Jayke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this post is by Paul Russell, who's a guy that I've been following on LinkedIn for quite a while. He's a great writer, so his posts are always quite well written, quite interesting. This week he's talked about International Women's Day, basically bemoaning the fact that everybody and anybody in any business, they love to put a post out about International Women's Day, but then actually if you go look at their gender pay gap report or their exec board and the gender split in their exec board, or how they treat women in their business, they're not really changing any of the systemic issues. All they do is just virtue signal. I think he called it moral something in the post. Annoyingly, I can't remember the term. But it's like virtue signaling. It's just going, hey, look at us, we're really good at this, and there's a big gap between what they're actually doing as a business and what they're saying they're doing on the day. And it's the same in like Pride Month or whatever diversity months that we have. You get, a business will change their logo to be rainbow coloured for the month and then change back, and it's like nothing has ever changed. So it's just interesting, because I think this happens a lot, doesn't it? A lot of this virtue signalling.
Yeah. Well, tell me about gender pay gap reporting. I've never ever seen one.
Okay, so basically when you're a business of a certain size, I think it might be 1,000, you have to do a report annually that is public, so you have to put it on your website, and it goes on government website somewhere, and it basically shows the difference in pay between women and men in your company, but not based on, it's not, women are doing the same job as a man and their pay's different. It's more about who's getting promoted in the business and what seniority level are people at. And I've done this before in companies where I've been in, and I don't want to name and be horrible about it, but like in certain types of industries, it's a lot worse where you see
Brewdog.
I haven't worked for Brewdog.
Anything.
But where you see like, and if your gender pay gap report is good, you want it to be a near enough to a 50-50 split where both genders are being promoted and progressed through the business. But what you see in certain businesses, especially like certain sales heavy businesses, you see men progress a lot quicker. Women aren't given the opportunity to progress, and that is obviously a problem.
It's always getting fucking pregnant, mate. That's why.
You are the problem.
That's exactly why we don't do it, because it's because it's virtue signaling. I completely agree with you though. I think that is actually why that's not why we don't do it, but we don't celebrate any of those things like the Pride Month or the International Women's Day or like Black History Month or whatever, because it would be virtue signaling. Like I feel like we try and do whatever we can and be allies and all of that other stuff whenever we can anyway. If we were to all of a sudden change our profile picture or do lots of posts about it, I think it would be doing it for the sake of doing it and not doing it for the right reasons.
Let's care about the other gender for one day, and then go back to whatever else. It's just
misogynistic.
Do you think it's a case of that they do care every day, but there's a day specifically for it, so they're going, let's just highlight this?
So I don't think there's a problem with like the whole idea of having things like International Women's Day. Like, I think that's good and it's powerful.
When
is International Men's Day? I asked my wife about this. She said we don't have one.
That's part of the problem. The thing is, like, these sort of days are valuable, or months, whatever. They are valuable because they raise awareness, right? And they raise awareness to the problems, and that's why they're valuable. The problem, and the thing that Paul's calling out, is not that people celebrate it, because that's not a problem. It's that they celebrate it without actually doing the things in the background to they're not true allies. They're just saying they're allies. So the difference is between what they're doing and what they're saying, and that's the issue. Like, there's nothing wrong with having they're good, right? They're good things to have, and they're good positive moves forward for various demographics, and for they are for either marginalised or demographics that are discriminated against. That's why there's not an International Men's Day, is that as straight white men, we have it pretty easy, really.
Thanks, Tommy Robinson. No, you're absolutely bang on.
Can we hear more from Paul's cousin?
No, I
Sorry, I stopped being funny and just that's
no, I think
semi-serious,
you're completely and utterly right, and it's quite a tricky topic as free white middle-aged men to comment.
Please stop saying middle-aged.
You know what I mean?
I'm 33.
Still counts. 30s. So yeah, I completely agree. They're hijacking it, and it's purely for vanity metrics. Like, oh, look at us. He's worded it so articulately and so much better than I could ever do. So
do do yourselves a favour and have a look at a lot of Paul's posts, because he does articulate things in a really compelling way.
Superb. Well done, Paul. Very good. Moving on to me now. This is a post. It's rage bait. So it's a post by a person. I'll have to put her name in after, because I've forgotten. Back in international instinct. If it's a bloke who talks about is sourcing dead. Right. It's a rage bait title. Her point is,
I hate those just generally. Those
I do
rage
as
bait
well.
titles,
It's all search and vanity metrics, but whatever. Her point is that AI can now source millions of profiles very quickly, thus making potentially people who work in recruitment, talent acquisition, internal, all that kind of stuff, obsolete and redundant. Right. She then makes some very good counterpoints that it's only one part of the process, and actually the difficulties are probably more about the turning of the heads as opposed to the actual physical screening.
I actually think that turning of the heads comment was a comment rather than in the post.
So it was. Mitch Sullivan said that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, and it's actually really, really easy to source people. Like, my 7-year-old son could source people all day, but actually it's been
could he?
Could we? Those. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Could we get him in?
It's like maybe. Yeah, he's down a coal mine at the moment, so we'll do it.
It would be kind.
Yeah, it would be kind.
I'll bring back as well. They're both. It'll be fine.
Loads of them, I'm sure. But actually, I think that the most difficult part is the engaging, the turning of the head, and the rest of the process. Which, no matter what, all the AI bros in the comments will tell you, AI cannot do it, and there is still a massive resistance to using AI in a process from the candidate's perspective. Yes, from a company's perspective, we can screen so many more people so much quicker. The experience for us is great, but actually the experience from the candidates who are having to talk to robots and do these interviews is it's just not the same as talking to a person who's actually listening.
The thing is, we've tried a few of these AI tools as well for sourcing, and we've not stuck with any of them. And there's a reason for that. They're not as powerful as as they're making out at the moment.
Yeah, I did a post like this maybe a couple of months ago when I was using one, and it brought back a dog. The profile was a dog. So
do you know what?
So
there is
sourced.
To be fair,
sourced a dog.
To be fair, there is a recruitment business out there, and it may be the same business where they've got. I think one of the they do literally have a dog as and it does have a
But that's the difference, isn't it? It's the human nuance to go. That's actually a dog.
That's actually a dog.
That's a meme account. That's not actually someone to be hired.
I would love to know if that dog gets emails from people
Must
saying, "I've got a perfect opportunity for you. It's a bone by a river." That's what I gave my wife last night.
By a river.
Bone by a river. It's just a puddle in a pub car park. Must stop saying things I need to add.
I'm so glad this isn't like live.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
So yeah, I completely and utterly agree that yes, sourcing can theoretically, using AI sourcing can theoretically make your life easier, but it only does a very small part of it. And actually, we came to realise that we didn't trust the results. And doing it manually maybe takes a little bit more time, but it's a much better quality result.
I think it's not just the results as well, because one of the things I've found sourcing recently in certain locations is you learn a lot more about the market when you're actually doing the sourcing yourself.
Absolutely agree.
If you're just being presented with a list and it's like, these are the people you should contact, you're not going through the learning process of understanding who the people are, where they are, and having that
spotting patterns.
Because then that is then really useful in your conversations. Then obviously you're having conversation with candidates, you're learning more, and then suddenly you've got that market knowledge. And if your AI tool is just doing that, it means that your human conversations, even if you do get to the, assuming you do get to human conversations, are less powerful because you don't know as much about the market.
Very, very good point, Jake. Well done. Paul will be proud. Thank you. So that post made me feel a little bit angry, by the way, just because it's A, it was rage bait, and B, you know, saucing isn't dead. It can just be
Long live saucing.
Yeah, other saucing.
Really saucy.
Danny B.
Yeah, mine's like a much lighter one, and like this made me feel quite happy and like just made my brain go a little bit. This guy's done a video, him stood outside a pub, basically just asking strangers if they want a pint. And it's 11 AM in the morning, and I love it because if I was on my own, I probably would be tempted, right? But I think the fact that adults find it difficult to kind of make new friends, like when you're an adult, don't you? Like unless something like that is wicked.
Yeah.
So I suppose my question to you is, if this happened to you and you were on your own, would you nip in for a pint? Is 11 AM too early, too late for a pint? I know we've had drinks in the office pre 10 AM before to celebrate placements and stuff, haven't we? So,
We were drinking on the train at 8:30 on the way to the Rec Expo, so...
yeah, exactly. Like,
Was that
obviously
early?
we're going somewhere then, aren't we? But
Yeah.
Unless I'm in a massive rush, 100%. Yeah, I'd stop for a pint.
yeah, with a stranger.
Yeah.
If the
I
pub
think-
was
I think-
busy, yes, I think for me. If
I
it was a
think-
bit like,
Yeah.
maybe not. I'm not sure.
I think if the guy's got like the confidence to sort of stand out there and do that, then he's got enough about him to probably be a fun time
Or he's
for
fucking
half
mental
hour.
and he's going to kill
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
right?
Or he's mental.
Or if
So-
he's doing a video just for LinkedIn.
yeah, as Danny B says, if the pub's busy, you know, it's probably
Less
safer,
risky.
less likely to get stabbed.
I would unequivocally do it. You know, I just think it's really like a fun thing to do.
And if you see the three of us walking around and ask us for a pint, easy. Easy choice.
Do you think if we
Can't
were
resist.
that person individually, stood outside a pub going, anybody want a pint at 11 o'clock in the morning, do you reckon we would get, how long would it take for you to get someone to come in for a pint with you?
I think that guy is quite good looking, he's quite well kept, he's quite well turned out. I think people would just think we were degenerates, and it would take for another degenerate to come along, recognise it, and be like, do you want a drink? Yeah. Spoons? Yeah. Then like 9 hours later, you're in his fucking kitchen. Like it would, I think it would be, you would have to have a wrong. I don't think we would get away with, well, maybe I was one myself here. You two wearing shorts. I don't think we'd get away with being able to do that in the same way that someone else would.
The sun's out, mate. The sun's been out for weeks.
Yeah.
It's freezing.
Yeah, it's cold.
But I think I like, and I think you do touch on a much larger, broader problem about, you know, adults making friends, and you know, sometimes you just need to do, oh fuck it, you know, I will go and have a drink with you, and we shall be friends.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you can find little commonalities, and you know, maybe having a pint with someone is someone's commonality. I went on a stag do, and there's a big group of us, and there was a guy. Actually, it might have been the one you organised.
Okay.
Ben Softly.
Oh yeah, Ben, yeah.
Ben Softly, right? Never met him before in my
That's a
life.
blast from the past,
Yeah, mate, yeah, never met him before in my life. And I think we were at the airport, and I think I said a really obscure office quote, like I don't know, something really ridiculous. And he just goes, "Huh?" Like immediately he did that. I was
Yeah,
like,
you're a
we
mate.
will probably be inseparable for the next 2 or 3 days. And it was just constant office quotes. And all it takes sometimes is that little spark. And it could be football, it could be a pint, it could be an office quote, to be like, okay, I'll make friends.
That's interesting. I'm going on a stag do soon, and I don't know anybody. I just know stag, and there's like 15 people, and I'm the only one. I don't know. I kind of know of names, but I don't know them. So
What's your strategy going to be to make friends?
I think just have pints.
Pints, yeah. Pints
Yeah,
will
just
help.
like
Pints.
just don't be weird.
Yeah.
Like just that's
Oh,
my
mate.
plan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to actually try not to be weird. Like let the weirdness come out after 3 or 4 pints.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to really stress you out.
Yeah.
You want to be like ticking, like fucking shaking.
Safe zone.
Sat in the corner like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Sport.
Safe zone.
Like, yeah, that's safe.
That's
zone,
it, just sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's a dry fucking stag do? We're not
Yeah,
drinking.
it definitely won't.
Oh,
Go to a
God.
library.
Soup hands.
Yeah.
Do you get that one?
Yeah, like see
It's quite refreshing, actually.
Yeah. Right. Thank you very much for watching again. If you've made it this far, appreciate it. Comment below and I'll send you a £5 Starbucks voucher.